So here's the two pieces we foiled, and this one is on copier paper, and this one is on a domestic etch paper, better quality printing paper. And the things I want to do right now is I want to coat them with a layer of matte medium. Got this at a nice bargain price at Blick's the other day. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape these down because I'm going to saturate the whole sheet. And chances are, if I don't tape it down, it's going to wrinkle and buckle. I like to use painter's tape. This is Duck brand, although the 3M's good also. And I'm just catching about 1/4 inch of the paper. Now, copier paper will definitely wrinkle a lot. In fact, it'll probably do it right even with the tape. That should hold things in place. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm just going to put a little in the center. I have a Chinese hake brush, one of my favorite watercolor brushes. So I'm just going to take that over the whole area. So I go both directions, maybe at a 45. And then some random patterning just so you don't have brush marks. This one I'm going to do a little something different. This is the copy that was the laser print on copier paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make almost like a decal of the this gold. We'll see how it goes. So this one we're going to do just the one coat. This one we're going to do several coats, probably 5 altogether. So for now, we're just going to let these sit and dry. Now, welcome to my bathroom sink. Like I said, this is one of my favorite watercolor brushes. It's a Chinese hake brush, and I've had it over 20 years. And to keep it 20 more years, when you're using any of these acrylic medias, you need to wash it. It's very important. So the first thing you want to do, get a little lukewarm water, rinse it out. A little bit of soap. Work it in really good. Get down into the ferrule. And rinse it out really well. get the excess water out of it. And if you form it into a nice shape like that, when it dries, when you dry it, you want to either stand it up or lay it so it's not touching anything. Standing up is probably one of the better ways, and it'll dry in this shape. Keep it shape, and it'll last for, probably hand this down to my kids. All right. So this is the foil print on the laser copy paper that we had the other day, and I have coated it 5 times, the whole area, with matte medium, the Vallejo matte medium, and those take about half hour to 45 minutes between each coat to dry. And I'm going to end up putting this right in this area. And what I want to do is have a background color, because it should be transparent when we're done. The part right here in the center should be transparent. And I want to have some color behind it. So what I'm going to do is mask off this upper part. And I have FW ink, pearlescent. Silver moss is a color that I really like. So we're going to put a couple of drops. Let's see if that's enough to cover up here. And I've got my brush. Get it. So I think I have most of the chunks of dirt out of there. And we're going to go clean our brush and let this dry. So for this step, I just have a little baking pan. I'm not much of a baker. If you are a baker, you might want to dedicate a pan to this. I don't think things are toxic, but let's not find out. So I pour some water in there, just room temperature tap water, and I'm going to put this paper in there. And you see it likes to curl. I want to soak this for a good minute. This is the copier paper with the laser print on it, and the foil is adhered to the laser. Then I've coated it 5 times with the matte media, 5 coats. So let's see, flip it over. There'll come a point where this starts to break down the copier paper. There, it's starting to go. Now you want to be pretty delicate with this stage, but you can see I got a spot open, and I'm rolling the paper back. It's been about 10 minutes where I've let the paper soak and rolled the copier paper off in little clumps. And you can see I've got a good mess of this in here. There may be a few little spots that need some more. we have here, I'm going to lay this out to dry a little bit, is we have left behind the laser toner is the black. The majority of the copier paper is gone. I could maybe take a little bit, probably keep going on this and get even more as it dries. It's a little bit easier here on this cutting board to get things off. Plus I can take it over to the sink and rinse it. But what you see is I'll do a little bit more work on this and get it all cleaned up. The matte medium, the 5 coats matte medium, get a little cloudy when they're wet, but those will clear up as they dry. And we have the foil, and I'm going to then adhere, once I get this all cleaned up and finished and ready, I'm going to adhere this to the paper. Okay, so I've cleaned up the decal. We'll call this the decal. It's the foil that was on the copier paper, and I've removed all the copier paper off the back. This is the back side. This is where I want to stick it to. It's been coated with a silvery iridescent ink, a little bit of green to it. I'm going to take up this masking. See if we can do it without shredding the paper. If you pull it like this at 180, it is more likely to come off clean. Okay, so this step, I'm going to put some matte medium onto here. And onto here. Now the tricky part is to get this onto here without having it turn into a big ball of polymer. For some reason the video stopped recording, but I did manage to get this all down and smooth, and I trimmed the edges when it was wet. So after I got everything positioned and in place on the decal part, I take my brayer and very gently roller it out flat. It's going to get all your bubbles out